Hey guys, how's it going? So today I have for you the new Morphe palette. Woo! This is the 35O palette. Some people call it 350, but I'm pretty sure it's 35 and then the letter O. It looks like this. This is a bit of a Morphe haul. I'm also going to talk about some of the new brushes. I got some of the Elite brushes. I got 5 of them. This palette, I didn't think this was going to be for me. Totally did not expect to love it. But I love it. It is what is on my eyes today. It has an awesome combination of mattes and shimmers. For those people who are looking at this and have never seen a Morphe palette before, I will leave Morphe's information below. This is a $20 palette. I believe it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 1, 2, 3, 6, 35 shadows for $20. When I first started with Morphe, I got scared because I thought it was going to be like one of those 120 palettes that you get from eBay that are horrible and not pigmented and hideous. They just don't work very well. Morphe is no joke. Every palette they have is amazing. If you're not into these colors for whatever reason, go check them out. They have vibrant palettes, they have matte palettes, they have nude palettes, they have shimmer palettes, they have a rainbow palettes, they have taupe palettes. Like whatever you're into, they've got a palette for you. It's amazing. They also have single shadows that are this size, which is like basically the same size as the MAC shadow, and they are, I think they're $2 each? $2, I think they're $2. It's ridiculous. It's so cheap. Let me just swatch a few of these for you. Let me get a matte in here. I'm not swatching hard. Like, it's pretty amazing. I don't know, do I have any more room? That's what they swatch like. All of Morphe's palettes are like this. I have so many of their palettes. I think I probably have 8 or 9 of their palettes. They're all beautiful, every single one of them. I can't recommend them enough. They do not pay me to come on here and tell you this. They have no idea who I am except that I keep making orders. You guys, for reals. I didn't think I was going to like this palette at all, but turns out I think it's awesome. I'm going to get a little wet wipe here so that I can show you the next things without getting cruddy. Alright. Highly recommend that palette. It keeps going out of stock. If it does go out of stock again, keep checking back. Follow their Instagram and their Twitter because they do announce when they put it back in stock. I had a bunch more yesterday, so I don't know if they're out yet or not. But keep checking back and try their palettes, like any one of them. They're like somewhere between $19 and $95 and like $22.95. The palette, the Jaclyn Hill palette is honestly one of my favorite palettes of life. Like it might be my favorite palette. I have no idea what about that palette makes it so amazing, but it's exactly the colors I want all the time. Okay, so I also got 5 of their Elite brushes, and I thought I would show them to you, putting them in kind of size order for you so you can check them out and we can talk about them. Because you guys seem to love it when I do reviews on them. I could only get my hands on 5. A bunch of them were sold out. I do believe they've restocked since then. Let's start with this big one. It's an E30 brush. It looks like this. It looks like a flat paddle. It is not. It's super fluffy, but it does have a pinched ferrule. Let me show you the fluffy part of it. I don't know, can you guys see how fluffy that is? It's very, see, I guess I can say this about all of these. This whole line of brushes is very not, yeah, I would say densely packed. I would say they're denser than Morphe's other brushes. They're also, while they're not stiff, they're definitely firmer. They give pushback. Like this one has a little bit of pushback. I can't just like bend it over super easy. I have to push pretty hard to get it to bend over. That being said, it's super soft. Like I used it to like buff out some stuff on this guy, and that's exactly what this one is really great for, is just to like come through here and just buff out everything and make it just like I can't say enough good things about Morphe brushes. I think they're amazing too. This is like, I'm always pimping out Morphe because this is like a $5 brush too. It's amazing. Yeah, so as you can see, it's a little bit like I can't push it down super hard. It's quite a Like, it has stamina, it has birth. As opposed to, like, do I have an M80 brush anywhere near here? Probably not. Or like, say this brush. This is Sigma E40. Do you see how easy that is for me to just, like, these brushes, the Elite Collection brushes, are all, they have more brush to them. That was the E30. This is the E23. It is almost exactly the same, except it's a little bit smaller around and it's rounded. I don't know, can you guys see how this whole thing is like circular instead of flat? It's very fluffy. It is has a little bit more give than the last one. It will blend out beautifully, but it has a bigger like surface area. The other one is sort of more pinched, so more like that. This is the E28. It is not only, it's not pinched in the ferrule, but it actually kind of is thinner this way than it is this way. But it is also, like, does have more birth. It's not, definitely not a paddle brush. It's like if a paddle brush had 2 other paddle brushes worth of material in there and was tapered down. That's kind of what it would be like. This is a little bit more pointy. It's definitely more for the crease, blending out the crease brush area. This would be a beautiful brush to blend out crease with. I've done it once so far and it was super lovely. Going down yet another size, this is the E17. This is almost exactly like the E23 except for much smaller. Here they are together so you can see the size difference. But again, it's a round tip brush. It has even like about the same amount of play. Like, it's gonna give you a little bit of a pushback. It's not gonna just collapse on you, which I actually really like when I'm blending out, because I don't push very hard, but I want it to like stand up and not like just over when I'm blending. That was the E17, and last is the E24. This is definitely a pointed crease brush. If you have that cut crease line that you just really want to cut in there, and you need a sharp pointy brush without it like hurting you, this is your brush. Like, it is definitely very stiff, definitely gonna hold up. I can rub it on me. I definitely feel on my hand that there is a point, but it doesn't hurt, you know what I mean? So you'll be able to feel it in there, and it blends out beautifully as well. It'll give you a nice sharp line that has blurry edges. I'm going to give you these again in size order, so now that you've looked at them you can see like the size difference in them in the same order. So E30, E23, E28, E17, E24. I hope that was helpful. I love Morphe brushes. I like the M series a lot. Like, I think they're awesome. Those are definitely like a favorite of mine. What is this one? This is an M505, for example. It's definitely got a lot more, like, it's not, it feels a little bit more floppy. Like, this one has some pushback too, but not nearly as much as these do. So if you want a little bit of a stiffer brush, if those are too weak for you, these are definitely a lot denser. I think that's why they call them Elite brushes. They're very densely packed. I mean, it's like the difference between like a foundation buffing brush and like something you would put on powder with, like that kind of density difference. Anyway, I hope this was helpful for you. You guys seem to really like it when I review Morphe brushes, so here's another one. If you guys have any further questions, please leave them down below. My Twitter and my Instagram is also down below. If you would like to go ahead and talk to me there, feel free. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day, and subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you next time. Bye!